Hello, welcome to Becoming a Modern Man. We've got another matchup with Revel Red, and this time we are playing against Red Green Tron, which is a matchup I don't seem to run into online as much as I used to. So we won the roll, which is always good for us. And gonna open her up. So we've got an Eidolon, the Great Revel, a Grim Lavamancer, a Mog Fanatic, Bolt, and another Grim Lavamancer. Couple of lands, and yeah, pretty much all we need, so let's see, it's like an easy keep. Gonna lead off with the Mog Fanatic. Our opponent leads off with a Star. Get forward with the Mog Fanatic and play out the Eidolon. Seems like it's going to be pretty good here. Obviously Tron plays big stuff, but it has to play its little small spells and its little cantrips like Chromatic Star, Ancient Stirrings, Sylvan Scrying to actually find the Tron pieces, and to do so is going to cause quite a bit of pain from this Eidolon. Also, my Eidolon is going to be able to attack for 2, so get quite a lot of damage out of it. So, Tron doesn't play anything else. Although he did find a Chromatic Star off the Ancient Stirring, so obviously he just didn't want to take the extra damage there, which is interesting, and definitely good for us. Drew in another Eidolon off the top, which seems pretty sweet. I feel like we're going to run that out. Yeah, we're going to run out that Grim Lavamancer and another Eidolon. So we're going to super punish him for playing anything that's 3 mana or less. Fortunately, our opponent has Tron, which means he's going to be able to cast a Karn and dodge a bit of the punishment from the Eidolon. The exiles, I'm going to get rid of Bolt. Not sure if that was definitely the right one to choose, but I suppose it's worth 2 damage, but Grim Lavamancer seems like it would be worth more damage in the long run. Can attack with everything, just going to go to the face. I'm not really too worried about Karn at this point. And then I'm just going to play out the rest of my creatures. I don't know if this was definitely the right idea. I mean, he could be able to Pyroclasm, and that would be pretty bad for us. And if that did happen, we'd probably want the Grim Lavamancer. Although at that point, I imagine Karn would probably be able to take over the game. So yeah, I don't know if we can really afford to play around Pyroclasm anyway. But it seems like things are pretty much in hand. Punt exiles an Eidolon, but going to be able to attack here. Attack with all my guys but my Grim Lavamancer, that way I can sack these 2 Mog Fanatics to deal the last few points of damage. Well, that's last few points of damage. Alternatively, I could attack with everyone, but either way, works out in our favour, and we would pick up the win there, so that was pretty nice. And Eidolon did a lot of work there for us, which was nice to see. Let's go on to game 2. So this is our opener. We've got Goblin Guide, Grim Lavamancer, Eidolon, double Rift Bolt, which seems nice to me. Leads off with the map. Going around the guide and attack. The guide always seems a little bit awkward against Tron, because giving them lands is kind of annoying, particularly seems though that is what they're looking for. But fortunately, at least it's one land, the Tron land he already has in his possession, so not the absolute worst. One plays a no, Carplusen. I always used to say Carpulsen, but that's not actually how that's spelled. I have no idea, I just have to pronounce that. But anyway, yeah, he plays that, so not a Tron land, which is good for us. It means he's not got turn 3 Tron. Probably does mean he's got Pyroclasm in hand, potentially. Maybe not, but we'll see how that works out. I'm going to attack for 2. Reveal Oblivion Stone off the top. Obviously it's not a deal, but I'm not too worried about it. It seems quite far away from getting the mana to activate Oblivion Stone, but it's something to be aware of, and maybe we don't want to run out this Grim Lavamancer until after that gets activated, if that becomes something, the sort of line he takes, as it were. shuffling his library, so Livingstone goes away, and he gets up at Mine. Obviously Livingstone not the card he wanted to draw. And we're going to run out Eidolon. We think he might have a Pyroclasm, but at the very least he's going to take 2 damage to do it. And we have quite a stacked hand of Burn, so not too worried about losing these guys. And if he doesn't have the Pyroclasm, then we're going to be able to get in for a good amount on the following turn. So it turns out he has Spellskite. Going to take 2 for the privilege of playing it. I'm going to get to attack. He's going to get hit for 2 by the Eidolon, and I'm going to get to spend 2 Rift Bolts. Guide reveals a Pyroclasm off the top, so we definitely know that he has a Pyroclasm. Still going to take 2 to play it, so not the worst situation, but it's a little unfortunate. We're going to lose our guys, and this Spellskite is going to be able to stay around. But yeah, glad we revealed the Pyroclasm, because that means that I didn't run my Grim Lavamancer out into it, which definitely seems good for us. Plays Pyroclasm, has to pay 1 life though off the forest to actually do it, so that seems good. So we've got our 2 Rift Bolts coming off the suspend, so he's going to target my opponent, but he's going to use the Spellskite's ability, but that only saves him a couple of life in total, and with our hand we're not too worried about that, because we've still got plenty of burn. Bit of a techie player there. He actually plays Nature's Claim on his own Spellskite to gain 4 life, but I'm still pretty happy with our position here. Opponent doesn't have Tron online, and going to be able to run out a Grim Lavamancer and maybe a Lava Spike or suspend a Rift Bolt. I suppose if he had Khan next turn we could be in trouble, but still liking our position. So I play a Grim Lavamancer, suspend the Rift Bolt. Opponent just plays a tower, so that's great for us. And he's down to 6, and we have double Lava Spike, so that'll finish him off. So yeah, this matchup turned out really well. I don't know if it's always going to be that great. We did get some pretty nice hands, but Eidolon seems really good to attack with all our creatures, which is really good. And yeah, I think generally this is a fairly decent matchup. Early Khans and etc. are always going to be a problem, and I imagine they do have quite a bit of life gain post sideboard, but I think generally this is a pretty favourable matchup and went pretty well.